Asmon's take was right. Well, of course. Asmon's take was right once again. Senator presents data that shows that white women are the ones that benefit from DEI and not black people.
I know what I believe DEI is, and I believe, truthfully, it is simply a way the left is using the minority community, the black community, to get their agenda in.
The true enemy is the Karens. I've been saying it. And we're waking up. We're waking up. We're seeing it.
That's what I believe. But don't let facts get in the way of my feelings. So
here we go.
Let's just look.
Here we go.
Black Enterprise magazine, a staple in the black community, wrote an article.
All right.
Noting a study where nationwide, of all chief diversity officers in corporate America.
You already fucking know. You already fucking know. What do you guys think? Is it 70% or 80%?
How many of you think are black? 4%.
That's crazy. Damn, I thought it was going to be like how many people were like white or something like that were owning it. Like, that's what it was. I thought, yeah, that's what I thought he was going to go with. But 4%, yeah. I would have said 10. I would have said 10.
78% white. Well, let's look at.
I said 70 to 80%. It's crazy, huh? Damn. How about that?
The actual study that it cites. Right? You can come and see it by Zippa, looking at these professions. 76.1% white.
How did you know? Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. You don't need to I don't need a graph. Everybody just knows this. We all know. Everybody knows. It's common sense.
76.1% white. 3.8% black. Well, let's keep going.
Wow.
In 2011, 3.78% of all chief diversity officers in the United States were black. 10 years later, in 2021, the time of this study, 3.78% were black.
So after 10 years, it increased it by 0.07%? Or did I hear the number wrong? Wait. It's less. What did he say? Let me go back.
Officers in the United States, 8%, 2011, 3.78%.
3.78%.
Of all chief diversity officers in the United States were black. 10 years later, in 2021, the time of this study, 3.78% were black. We had DEI policies the whole time. We didn't gain a percentage point. We didn't gain
how many MBA points, right? No, the difference is that, like, so you're not understanding what's going on here. What he's saying is that these are topics that, like, I think generally white women push really heavily, and they use minorities to push these topics. And they are not beneficial to minorities. They're beneficial to other white women. Karens. Yes. But it's not actually beneficial. So the entire point that he's making is that this entire apparatus is not serving the goal that it is designed to serve. That's it. That's what he's saying. He's fucking right. This right here. But there are more white people than other people in America, not the other races. So who is employed does make sense. Did he say gender? If you have a 10-year policy that is about selective hiring based off of race, and after the 10-year policy based off of the selective hiring based off of race, you have achieved a difference of 0.00%, I think you can make the argument that the policy is not effective. It didn't work. Why is woke beneficial to Karens? Because they categorize themselves as oppressed groups and then they find ways to advantage themselves at the expense of other people. Even though, like, being an upper middle class, like, female in America is probably one of the most privileged groups that has ever existed in the history of humanity.
Percentage point, but during that same time, white women gained more in that same study. Mm-hmm. How do we know? Well, we can look at some other studies.
Oh, there it is.
Here's Forbes magazine, who actually, this is what the title is, who benefits from diversity and inclusion efforts? Well, let's see.
Here we go.
It's cited, according to another McKinsey study, white women hold nearly 19% of all C-suite positions. While racial and ethnic minority women hold only 4%. Overall, white women have benefited disproportionately from corporate DEI policies.
Let's find some telemetry here. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead. I got to pull up a graph and show you guys. You're not going to like this. You're actually going to like this a lot. Give me a minute. I got to find it. Voters' opinions. DEI plus 31. I'm just saying it. Nobody wants to say it. That's what it is. How does it feel to have this kind of validation? Honestly, it's upsetting. I never wanted to be this right. I never wanted this. This is just, it kind of just got put on me, honestly. Like, I didn't even want to, I didn't even want to be right. Like, let me go, sorry, it got reset. I'm an idiot. I hit the wrong thing. Let me go back, I'll find it again. Where'd it go? That's some bullshit. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Up? I passed it? Sorry, I'm an idiot. Go back. No, I don't think that... I feel like I would have seen it. I'm a fucking moron. Give me a minute. Let me just do it this way. History? No, the history won't work because I was on the base page and I didn't open up the specific term. See, they're trying to shut it down because they don't want, there it is.
I know professions. 76.1% white, 3.8% black. Well, let's keep going.
2-minute mark.
We didn't gain a percentage point. We didn't gain a percentage point, but during that same time, white women gained more in that same study. How do we know? Well, we can look at some other studies. Here's Forbes magazine. Who actually, this is what the title is, who benefits from diversity and inclusion efforts? Well, let's see. It's cited, according to another McKinsey study, white women hold nearly 19% of all C-suite positions, while racial and ethnic minority women hold only 4%. Overall, white women have benefited disproportionately from corporate DEI policies. Don't let facts get in the way of your feelings.
Oh.
Let's look at Crimson, Harvard University. When we were studying diversity, equity, and inclusion in administration and the admissions process at universities, they went and asked white students whether or not they supported DEI. Overwhelmingly, they said yes. But let's see why. White students at elite universities tend to view affirmative action favorably, most often because they believe diversity benefits them personally.
I haven't felt this good since I watched Tyler One's video of that molten core raid. Like, that's the last time I felt this good.
According to the study published in the Harvard Graduate School of Education by Professor Natasha Warrico. Warrico interviewed almost 100 white students at Harvard, Brown, and Oxford.
To be fair, small sample size, but it's okay.
It was sometimes problematic because they saw affirmative action as something to benefit themselves, the white students, rather than a policy that was about justice or racial equality or access.
That's right.
Her research also demonstrated that white students typically believe they want admission to their respective schools based on merit alone. By contrast, many white undergraduates said they believe black and Latino
No. No. He said Latino and not Latinx. How something phobic of him? Can you believe that?
Latino students benefited from affirmative action, and that's why they were on campus.
So all the white people are there because they deserve to be there, and all the black people are there because of DEI. Even though all the white people voted for DEI because it was good for them. Yeah, okay. Of course. Duh.
All that did was reinforce racial stereotypes. Well, I'm not afraid of the truth, but about 90% of what I heard from my Democrat colleagues was untruthful as it relates to this bill. And I'll go through in minute detail. So, for instance, it was alleged that this will get rid of black fraternities and black student unions. Well, that means you didn't read the bill, because in line 772, it says nothing in this section prohibits a state institution of higher education from complying with any state or federal law to provide disability services or to permit student organizations, including fraternities and sororities. That's right.
I love how, by the way, even at the highest levels of government, everybody's fucking retarded. This is what remember what I said before about how someone said, do you really think that everybody that's working in all these places is all incompetent and morons? Yep. That's about right. It's about the size of it. Yeah.
During the text.
Pretty much.
Again, individuals said that this was going to whitewash history and our ancestors.
We're not going to, yeah, that's right. It's like we're going to have this new bill, and they're going to teach them that the South won the Civil War and that slavery was good. That's just, yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's like step one, step two.
Right? In our past, it was going to suppress free speech in the classroom. We were going to dictate what subjects we couldn't talk about.
That's right. You can't talk. If you say the word Martin Luther King, you go to in-school suspension.
I would simply say, look at line 768.
Can't say Martin Luther King.
Where it literally says nothing in this section prohibits faculty or students from classroom instruction, discussion, or debate.
Duh.
As long as the faculty member allows the student to express intellectual diversity. Equity.
That sounds really reasonable and totally fair. Yeah, it seems fine to me. What's wrong with that?
Is just a closeted way of trying to put in quotas. That's all it is. If you believe that a room full of 100 people has to have 13 black members because that's the breakdown of society and you only find 5 qualified candidates, how do you get to your 13-member quota?
Well, you take one of those 5 people and you fire them. You place them with a white woman. And then you replace all the rest of them also with white women too. Obviously.
You have to drop the standard in order to get more minorities in the room. Well, what does that do for the 5 members that got there based off their merit? What does that do for me, who has a Juris Doctorate, my wife, who has a master's degree, and has served in corporate rooms for 20 years? What does that do for me, who was already in the room? What happens is the other 87 members look at all of us as though the reason we're present is because of the DEI policies. You diminish.
And that's also from Harvard. He's talking about a study from 100 people from Brown, Harvard, and Yale. So, like, these are supposed to be the people that are smart. Like, you think about, you do a study on the 100 people that live at, Springville Trailer Park, and I think that you're going to get, imagine what that's going to be.
My presence there based off my merit.
Yeah.
Because you want to try to provide for a phantom land where every boardroom, every university, every classroom, every chamber should represent equally the diversity of the United States.
Well, the funny thing about what he's saying is the fact that it didn't even achieve that goal to begin with. So, like, it's not even that you're getting people in there without merit. They never even get in there to begin with. So he's probably pissed. Yeah, it failed. It didn't work. And so, yeah, no, this one is so true, though. I instantly question a doctor who's non-white or Asian because of this. I'm not about that, but it's crazy because I've heard that from like 7 different people. I have. Like, I don't think about it that way, but there's a lot of people, like, it's problematic. It is. It's very problematic. It's actually racist. That's why I don't think like that. I'm not, like, I know some people, this is disappointing. I apologize. I'm not a big racist. I'm just not. I got a lot of jokes, but they're jokes. That's it. That's about it. And what Truth Pump? Yeah, I know. I hate to let y'all down, but I'm just telling you that. Yeah. That's just it. Give me my sub back. You're not even sub, bitch. Shut the fuck up.